On the broadcast tonight, Shippensburg University is named a hunger-free campus.
And the Pattersons invite the campus community to take part in the annual holiday card.
All that and more right now on SUTV News. With an estimated 1/3 of post-secondary students at risk of hunger, it is an honor to announce that Shippensburg University has been named a hunger-free campus. Because of the several programs aimed at supporting food insecure students in the past and present, the Pennsylvania Department of Education awarded SHIP the name. In addition to past efforts, this year SHIP opened up the Big Reds Cupboard. Big Reds is a food pantry located on the second floor of the Cub for all students to have access to food and hygiene products. There is no limit to how many visits students can make. The university also allows students to donate their meal swipes to other students who may not have a meal plan or have simply run out of funds. To learn more about SHIP's efforts to combat hunger, you can visit the news website at news.ship.edu. With semester finals looming in the distance, the Criminal Justice Club made a conscious decision to break free from studying Tuesday to enjoy an afternoon of hot chocolate and movies. The event took place in Shippen Hall, where the group was able to eat snacks and watch the Netflix original documentary Girl in the Picture. President of the club, Victoria Carroll, said the purpose of the event was for students to spend time together, grow closer as a club, and relax before the semester ends. Even if you missed out on the fun activities this past Tuesday, the Criminal Justice Club has plans to host more social events in the future. A major ruling from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that could impact next week's midterm election. The court ruled Tuesday local election boards cannot count any general election ballots mailed in undated or incorrectly dated envelopes. Several Republican groups, including the Republican National Committee, filed a lawsuit last month. They demanded the acting Secretary of the Commonwealth uphold a state requirement for voters to sign and date the outer envelope of their mail-in ballot when they return it. So far, no reaction on the ruling from the Pennsylvania Secretary of Commonwealth's office. SUTV will have coverage Election Day next week, with results and reactions from the community. When we come back, Pfizer begins to test their new vaccine combo.
And later in sports, men's and women's soccer look to score victory in their final games of the season. We'll be right back. What's going on this week in the slate?
Here with the highlight of this week's stories is the slate's Bryce Musser. Amongst a hectic finals week, take a break from studying and join President Patterson and First Lady Colleen in Reisner Dining Hall for a pancake dinner on Monday, December 5th from 10 to 11 p.m. Earlier today, SUTV's own Storm Johnson spoke with President Patterson about the event. He said, quote, "For finals feast, we want to give students a break from the cramming and let them decompress from the stressful week," end quote. Patterson also added that they used to do things like cookies in the library, but had decided to do pancakes with all the toppings you could think of to make it filling and fun. It's set to be a great evening to take your mind off of schoolwork, so carve out an hour in your studying to come enjoy free food and fun with our very own President and First Lady. As the semester comes to a close, faculty evaluations are now available. These evaluations are a part of Shippensburg's ongoing commitment to quality instruction in the classroom. To fill out the short 5-minute or less survey, you can check your SHIP email. All of your responses are confidential, and some courses may not be listed to complete. These evaluations are important to get your feedback on the course and the teaching. If you have any questions, feel free to email the provost office at provost@ship.edu. With finals week coming upon students very quickly, now is a better time than ever to start preparing for finals. Here at Shippensburg University, there are a multitude of resources available that students can use. Mallory Hall is always a great place to start. Home of the Student Success Center, there, students have access to course-based tutoring, writing tutoring, and learning specialists. They can help you review course material, enhance your writing knowledge, and improve your study skills. Other scholars recommend finding a quiet place to study, breaking down study sessions to only a few topics at once, and avoid last-minute procrastination at all costs. Drinking lots of water to stay hydrated and eating a full breakfast has also been proven to be beneficial in studies. Above all else, stay confident and trust your instincts. We are wishing all students here the best from SUTV. When we come back, history is made at the World Cup.
And the Biden administration announces a new strategy to combat AIDS.
And later in sports, field hockey is one game away from the national championship game.
We have more after the break.
Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Carson Devitt.
And I'm Michael Donegan.
Police responded to the area of 70 North 4th Street in the Chambersburg borough just after 5 o'clock last night. According to police, a woman was shot at the inside of the residence along with 2 dogs. The woman was not hit during the shooting, however, one of the dogs was injured and the other passed away. 47-year-old Clifton Nathaniel Gatling of Chambersburg was arrested by state police shortly after 9 o'clock and charged with criminal attempted homicide, cruelty to animals, discharging a firearm into a structure, and other charges. According to Chambersburg Police Lieutenant John Greenawalt, the investigation is still ongoing and more details will be released as it becomes available. Shippensburg Annual Corn Festival had vendors lining up and down King Street on Saturday, August 27th. This year was the celebration of the 41st Shippensburg Corn Fest. Tons of people from around the Shippensburg area flooded the streets from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to enjoy the great food, entertainment, and shop from the various vendors. More than 250 craft and food vendors made an appearance. Craft vendors had plenty to offer the Shippensburg community, including jewelry, custom-made art prints, handmade candles, wreaths, and many more crafts. Food vendors also had a variety of delicious food to choose from: fresh crab cake sandwiches, funnel cakes, milkshakes, fresh cut fries, and so much more was there to taste. There was something for all visitors to enjoy. In addition to the food and craft vendors, there was a lineup of entertainment the entire day. All kinds of music were there for enjoyment, including classic rock, country, folk, and even island music, with a dance performance from the Blue Ridge Thundercloggers. If you were unable to make it this year, the 42nd Corn Festival will return to Shippensburg next year on August 26th. Last Friday, August 26th, the Shippensburg area schools went into lockdown as Pennsylvania State Police searched for a man believed to be armed and dangerous. Shippensburg University sent out a text through SU Alerts at 3:30 p.m. on Friday. The message advised all of the campus community to shelter in place out of an abundance of caution. The suspect was identified as 32-year-old William Lewis, believed to be involved in a domestic dispute when the police were called. The police described Lewis as 5'7" and last seen in a black t-shirt with recognizable face tattoos. The police believe Lewis was on foot and advised the public not to engage with him and to call 911 if spotted. The university's shelter in place was then lifted at 4:30 p.m. when they announced via SU text alerts that increased police presence will be around campus. And then later that night at 7 o'clock p.m., the university sent a final update to SU students and staff that the suspect was taken into custody due to coordinated efforts from the SU PD and local law enforcement. Public court documents revealed Lewis was charged with a possession of prohibited firearm. Additionally, his bail was set at $75,000, and at this time he has not made bail. The hearing for Lewis will be held on Tuesday, September 6th. September is National Recovery Month, and some members of the campus and the community are showing their support. Let's go over to SUTV's Carmine Chicatano, who has more. It's that time of year again to break out your fishnet stockings as Shippensburg University shivers with anticipation for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The beloved tradition is an interactive experience where audience members are provided goodie bags containing items to throw and wear during the performance. For the first time ever, all Rocky Horror Picture Show performers were cast as members of the opposite gender, which will surely transport you to the planet of Transylvania. The Rocky Horror Picture Show will take place in the Cub NPR on October 28th, 29th, and 31st, starting at 8 p.m. There's plenty to do in the community this weekend. This weekend, join the fun at the first annual Shippensburg Pumpkin Festival. Located at the Shippensburg Fairgrounds, there will be pumpkin carving, live music, vendors, and activities for kids. On Saturday, the 34th Annual Halloween Parade will also be making its way through downtown. Starting at 7 p.m. and taking place along King Street, the parade is hosted by the Shippensburg Kids Events Committee. On Sunday, the Cumberland Valley Rails to Trails Council is hosting their 15th Annual Trail Fest. Starting at 9 a.m. on the corner of Fort and Earl Street at the Shippensburg Station, there will be multiple events including a 5K and a 25-mile bike ride. So get out and enjoy the events while the weather is nice. When we come back in world news, the UK's latest Prime Minister has resigned.
Well, Carson, fall is certainly in full swing with the leaves turning and this harsh weather.
I agree, it definitely is here, but the weather wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't for that wind. It makes it a little bit unbearable.
Definitely agree with that. Now let's head over to Storm Johnson, who has this week's weather.